One of the dangers about narrative is that it skews everything, and it skews everything in favor of the president, because the president has this kind of, monarchical appearance in the American system. He kind of fills in for the king as well as being the executive. We focus all our energy on him, but the problem with that is it gives a false impression of what our president is supposed to be. Trump was on with my friend Larry O'Connor the other day. He was being interviewed by Larry O'Connor, who I think is with Mediaite and WMAL. And he said this thing that the left has been making fun of, kind of justifiably, but it's interesting. Pay attention to what Trump says here to Larry O'Connor. It's just audio.
The saddest thing is that because of the President of the United States, I am not supposed to be involved with the Justice Department. I'm not supposed to be involved with the FBI. I'm not supposed to be doing the kind of things that I would love to be doing. And I'm very frustrated by it.
He's very frustrated that he wants Hillary Clinton investigated, that he can't skew the investigation. So the left was making fun of him. Speaking of this, by the way, just to go off on a tangent for a minute, there was a really interesting story on Fox the other day. Remember that Russian lawyer Natalia Veselnitskaya, who met with Donald Trump Jr., and they were saying, oh, it's treason, it's treason, it's treason, before we found out that Hillary Clinton had paid Fusion GPS to get intelligence from the Russians. Before we found that out, that wasn't treason, but this was treason, treason, treason. Fox had a report from some of their better reporters, and some of their best reporters, saying that Natalia, I can't pronounce her last name, the lawyer, met with Fusion GPS right before that meeting and right after that meeting. Now, people are making a conspiracy of this. I'm not sure what it is, but put a pin in it, because we'll come back to it. Not today, but we'll see. Keep an eye on that just to see what that was all about. But anyway, the media itself has become so focused on the presidency that the president thinks he's supposed to have more power than he's supposed to have. So Trump is surprised. Someone else was surprised, was Obama. And I just want to take you back in time for just a minute when leftist reporter Jonathan Karl asked Obama this question, basically begging him to become king. And this is part of the narrative, part of the way the narrative skews our idea of what the president is.
When you were running for president, you said, quote, the biggest problems we're facing right now have to do with George Bush trying to bring more and more power into the executive branch and not go through Congress at all, and that's what I intend to reverse. So my question to you, has Congress's inability to do anything significant given you a green light to push the limits of executive power, even a duty to do so, or put another way, does it bother you more to be accused of being an imperial president pushing those limits, or to be accused of being a do-nothing president who couldn't get anything done because you faced dysfunctional Congress?
It's the press begging Obama to take over to become king. I mean, that's basically, and Obama basically obliged them, said, I have a pen and a phone, and I'm not going to wait for legislation. I think that this is part of this narrative, because the press, it's easy to cover one person, it's easy to cover, and it's easy for the people to think about one person as representing the country. I think they give the president too much power.